Could the world stand on the precipice of World War III? What if the sands of time shift and we find ourselves in a reality where Western Europe sends troops to Ukraine? And what if Vladimir Putin decides to engage the nuclear option? These are questions that may sound like a plot from a dystopian novel, yet they are scenarios we cannot afford to ignore. In the complex game of global politics, Western Europe sending troops to Ukraine could be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, this move could provide the much-needed support Ukraine needs to counter Russian aggression. It could stave off further territorial encroachments and serve as a strong signal of unity among Western nations against any form of expansionist ideologies. However, this move could also escalate tensions, pushing the conflict from a regional crisis to a full-blown global confrontation. It might not just be a war confined to the borders of Ukraine, but a spark that could ignite tensions dormant in other parts of the world. It could potentially drag other nations into the conflict, thus escalating it into a global scale. Now imagine a scenario where Putin decides to use nuclear weapons. This would no doubt be a game changer. The deployment of nuclear weapons would not only cause unprecedented destruction, but would also mark a significant departure from the nuclear deterrence theory that has held since the end of World War II. The use of nuclear weapons would usher in a new era of uncertainty. It could trigger a nuclear arms race, with nations scrambling to bolster their own arsenals in response. The resulting fallout would also have significant humanitarian and environmental impacts, potentially affecting generations to come. But it's not all doom and gloom. It's important to remember that there are mechanisms in place designed to prevent such scenarios from unfolding. International diplomacy, treaties, and alliances all play crucial roles in maintaining the delicate balance of power. In summary, the potential scenarios if Western Europe sends troops to Ukraine and if Putin decides to use nuclear weapons are dire but not inevitable. These scenarios underscore the importance of diplomacy, strategic alliances, and international law in maintaining global peace and security. They remind us that while the stakes are high, the mechanisms for conflict resolution and peace-building are within our grasp. So, while we contemplate these potential scenarios, it's crucial to remember that the future is not set in stone. The actions that nations take today will shape the course of history. It's a sobering reminder of the responsibilities that lie on the shoulders of today's world leaders.